Friends, this is a story in which a father forces his daughter to sleep with other people to get an order for his company. And you will be surprised to see how all this happens. At the beginning of the movie, a 16-year-old girl goes on a business trip with her father. The boy's name is Isla and his father's name is Henry. When Isla's father is preparing for the presentation in the hotel room, Isla comes there and tells him that she gets bored here alone. So she also wants to go with him. And she says, "Don't worry, I won't do anything wrong there." But Isla's father refuses to take her with him. So Isla jokingly says that she will leave him with a drunk boy and run away. So after her father's departure, Isla is getting bored in the room. That's why she goes out for a walk and goes to get a bottle of water. When she is coming back from the lift, there is a man in this lift whose name is Calvin. He also gets on the lift. While pressing the lift button, he also touches her on the chest. Calvin can't take his eyes off Isla's beauty. And Isla is chewing bubble gum like a kid in the lift. When the lift stops, even after getting off the lift, Calvin is looking at Isla. After this, the lift door closes. And when Isla reaches her room, she sees that her father is already there. He angrily tells Isla that "I told you not to go out." "Still, why did you go out?" And Isla answers fearfully that "I was thirsty, so I went to get a bottle of water." And she also apologizes to him. At this point, her father's anger calms down and he hugs her. And he tells her that "I am very worried about you. Because I have no one in this world except you." After this, Isla asks her father about that business meeting. But he doesn't answer. And he says that the corporate business people have organized a dinner party. They have to reach there quickly or they will be late. So they should get ready quickly. After this, Isla's father takes her to the dinner party, where he meets all the businessmen. In the party, Henry introduces Isla to Calvin. But he doesn't know that they have already met. After being introduced, Calvin takes Henry to the side. And Isla is meeting other people who have come to the party. But she sees that her father is talking to Calvin. But at the same time, they are arguing about something, which gives Isla the idea that her father's deal is going to be with them. After Calvin's departure, Isla goes to her father. And looking at him in anger, she says to her father, "Can I help you?" To which her father gets even more angry. He says to Isla that "Can you get me that contract? If you can get it, get it." Saying this, they leave from there. After hearing all this in front of everyone, Isla starts crying. She comes out of there and reaches the hotel terrace, where Calvin is already sitting. Seeing Isla crying, he tries to talk to her. So he asks her how she liked this hotel and city. To which Isla says that she didn't like this city very much. Calvin comes to her while smoking a cigarette, and takes out a muffler from his neck and puts it around Isla's neck. But she doesn't refuse him either. And she wears it. Calvin asks Isla where she lives. To which Isla says that because of her father's work, she has to change cities again and again. "But I have spent most of my time in New Zealand, where my father lived from the beginning." To which Calvin asks her, "Don't you feel lonely in different cities?" To which Isla says with a smile, "No. Because of roaming in different cities, she often meets different people. Because of which she never feels that way." So after talking for a long time, Isla takes out the muffler from her neck and gives it back to Calvin. And says that the night is long, so she should go, because her father must be looking for her. And Isla leaves from there. The next day we see that Isla and her father are sitting in a meeting, where he just keeps looking at Isla. And Isla is also sitting right next to Calvin. That's why she feels uncomfortable. But then Calvin, sitting next to her, extends his hand. And he starts touching Isla in the wrong way. Seeing this, Isla gets even more nervous. And she moves her foot aside from there. And starts looking at Calvin drinking water. but Isla's father smiles a little even after seeing all this. On which Isla is quite surprised. She does not understand anything. But her father says that there is nothing like that. You have misunderstood. Most corporate businessmen are of such an open nature. After a while, they reach the dinner party, where everyone starts dancing after drinking. Calvin also tells Isla to dance with him. Isla does not like Calvin at first, but later she becomes comfortable dancing with him. On the other hand, Isla's father is also enjoying with a woman. That's why Isla calls her father to dance with her. But her father refuses her. Then Calvin brings her to the other side while dancing with Isla. While dancing, they get very close to each other. And Isla cannot stop herself. And she gets very close to him. Calvin starts kissing her. Isla looks at her father. But today her father does not pay any attention to her. And they are enjoying themselves. On the other hand, Calvin takes Isla out to take care of Isla. And in between, he takes her to his room, where he gives her a drink to drink. Now while drinking, Calvin comes from behind and grabs Isla. And he starts kissing her. This makes Isla's breathing fast. And she also starts enjoying. She cannot stop herself. That's why they get intimate here. After enjoying everything, Calvin quietly leaves without talking to Isla. Isla finds it very strange. So she goes to the party after waiting for Calvin for a while, where she starts looking for her father. Suddenly, when she looks at her father, she sees that her father is talking to someone. After going closer, she finds out that her father and Calvin are talking to each other very happily. And her father looks very happy, but she is surprised that a while ago they were fighting each other. So how did all this happen all of a sudden? That's why she thinks that why did this happen after Calvin and her relationship? 6:47, then someone pushes her in the party, because of which she comes out of her thoughts. And she goes to her father, where her father tells her that he has got this contract. That's why they are celebrating. So Isla picks up a glass of wine and speaks to her father in a strange way. "Great work, Dad." On which her father says that she is drunk. That's why she goes to her room. But she sees that Calvin is completely ignoring her. That's why she starts kissing him. On which her father separates her from Calvin. And Isla angrily shakes her father's hand and goes out. Henry also starts running after his daughter. When they go out and stop him, Isla starts crying, because she found out everything that her father had done on purpose to get this contract. On which Henry says that everything will be fine by tomorrow. Hearing this, Isla gets very angry. But now Isla lost faith in her father. And she leaves her father, sits in the taxi and leaves from there. And friends, this story ends here.